What's up guys, welcome back as always, and it's time to go balls deep as usual, and this time we are talking about Kurapika.
Yes, that's right guys, today we'll be covering a long awaited 10 things you didn't know on one of our favourite characters from the Hunter x Hunter series.
Is Hunter X Hunter?
Listen yeah, I call it Hunter x Hunter.
I'm joking. And obviously from the title of this video, we hope to tell you something you didn't know, and we succeed in this. So make sure to smash that like button, and we tried our best here with everything that is out there. And I am definitely going to mispronunciate some of these words. My Japanese isn't great at all, so without further ado...
Wait, before we jump into this video, make sure to check out our sponsors of this video, AnimeRaya.com. They consist of a range of clothing from jumpers or hoodies. They got it all. At the checkout, put the discount code ABDSquad to get yourself a 10% off.
Did my man just interrupt me for a sponsor, you know? I'm gonna sort you out after this recording.
Alright, let's just keep the intro, bro. Kicking off this list, we'll be analysing Kurapika's name because it carries some meaning behind it. On top of that, we don't even know his surname. We as a fanbase have come up with a conspiracy theory regarding this topic.
Although Kurapika's name doesn't have a meaning or could even be made up just like most Hunter x Hunter characters, there are a few hints here and there embedded in certain aspects of the franchise. Our first clue, for example, comes from the Hunter x Hunter character and word data book, as Kurapika's name is spelled as Kurapikt or Kapi if you pronounce it in the Japanese way. And as always, you know, I butchered the shit out of that. I have my own meat shop if you didn't know. Come and visit it one day.
We should turn into Butcher Balls Deep while we're at it.
So as I was saying, fans noticed in the card collection of Hunter x Hunter that Kurapika's name was spelled in a different manner, and again it's being spelled with a C at the end of his name in Pika, so Kurapika.
Both versions of the name are both spelled in a way that could be inspired from the names within Eastern Europe, as many fans theorize that Kurapika's name could descend from that region. But not only has there been issues with Kurapika's first name, no one even knows what his second name is. Kurapika is the only main character out of the four whose name hasn't been revealed yet. Although their backstory isn't as exposed as it should be in the Hunter x Hunter series, it's kind of odd that Togashi hasn't confirmed Kurapika's surname yet.
What we do understand right now is that Kurapika originates from the Kurta clan, and that's where his scarlet eyes come from. Nevertheless, it is natural that the Hunter x Hunter community have come up with the conclusion that Kurapika's second name is Kurta, so it's Kurapika Kurta, and that does really sound catchy to me. Regardless, the backing for his name being Kurapika Kurta is pretty obvious, as he hides his infamous second name in order to prevent him from attracting attention. The Kurta clan were massacred for their eyes, and it is evident to why Kurapika could be hiding it, as he is still the last survivor of the clan, and the price tag on his scarlet eyes will rise dramatically, especially on the black market.
Moving on to an issue that has so many fans confused. Well heck, it even had me confused at the beginning, to be fair. Anyways, it's the fact that Kurapika isn't a girl.
Wait, hang on, what do I do with my Kurapika body pillow then, fam? I'll be honest with you guys, at first I put down Kurapika as a potential waifu on my list, and I'm pretty sure you guys did too. I can't believe I'm saying that on video. Like, I honestly thought it was a girl that looked cute, but before learning that Togashi himself stated that Kurapika was a male, I had to reevaluate my whole existence, fam. It is even shown within the character data book that Kurapika was indeed a guy. However, as Hunter x Hunter fans, we should already understand how Togashi works, as he practically keeps us all in the dark on the characters' genders most of the time.
You're right, Togashi does work in a way where he gives the audience a task to find many clues in the series, and if you're interested in more implicit hints, be sure to check out our Easter egg video on Hunter x Hunter. But I guess we can relate to why you guys all thought Kurapika was a girl. First of all, Kurapika wears 2 earrings, however only one can be seen in anime and manga. And if you think about it, it's not the first time Togashi designed an androgynous looking character. A good example of this is Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho. In one chapter, Kurapika is mistaken as being a girl by his arch enemy, while on the last episode of Yu Yu Hakusho, Kurama is mistaken for Kuwabara's girlfriend.
Many other factors to why we all thought he was a girl. I mean, just take a look at this short clip from the 1999 anime adaptation. The female tendencies really do reside with Kurapika.
じゃあどうすれば？
どうしても行きたきゃ今度はクラピカに頼め。
じゃあクラピカ、あれ？なんだ？ゴン。
If you guys didn't notice already, Gon and Leorio always address Kurapika as a he or him. However, it seems like Killua is on the same boat as the rest of us, because Killua always calls him by his name. Maybe Killua is having his doubts as well.
Overall, the reality is that throughout the years, Kurapika's design was transformed from looking like a Bishonen anime character, which means a young man whose beauty and sexual appeal transcends the boundary of gender or sexual orientation, to more of a moe look. It is known that before Togashi created Hunter x Hunter, he was already a well-known mangaka for his success with Yu Yu Hakusho, and it is evident that he took a lot of his inspiration from his previous work into Hunter x Hunter.
And as indicated earlier, the inspiration for Kurapika must have likely been taken from the character Kurumo from Yu Yu Hakusho, and apart from their feminine design, both of them are very similar when it comes to intelligence and fighting ability. Just to point out the obvious, for example, both are cunning master strategists who always plan their attack in advance. Both are prodigies who rapidly learned how to control their superhuman abilities. Both are highly intelligent with vast knowledge in many fields, and like we mentioned earlier, both have an androgynous appearance.
Togashi's mindset likely to make Kurapika is an alternative version of Kurama, especially with Kurapika's explosive anger that we witnessed against Uvogin. The way Kurama functions was that during his battle in Yu Yu Hakusho, for example, his initial plan was to outsmart his opponent and swiftly put his genius combat moves to his advantage.
However, what you guys did not know was that there is in fact another inspiration towards Kurapika's character. As you all know, Studio Ghibli are the innovators behind changing animation styles in the 80s and 90s, but Hayao Miyazaki's hit movie Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind played a decent part to Kurapika's transformation.
It is known that the insect creatures shown in the movie called Omu tend to switch their eye color to a scarlet red when they get angry. This of course inspired Togashi to apply these features to Kurapika. Just take a look at this clip and you wouldn't really expect this sort of inspiration to stem from here.
Go back to the jungle. This is not your world. Come on now, be good. Look at those red eyes. It's blind with rage. I've got a comment.
One of the many mysteries behind Kurapika is definitely his eyes. A lot of us has tried to decipher the scarlet eyes because there is more to it than just his enhanced abilities. Anyways, the scarlet eyes are triggered through immense emotion, whether it be anger or sadness, therefore causing these eyes to be seen as a jewel by many. The scarlet color that resonates in the eyes is what makes them so rare, thus why the Phantom Troop, a group of bandits, decided to steal them and sell them on the black market.
It's also stated that if the Kurta clan members die whilst their eyes are in the scarlet mode, then it's permanently stayed that way, meaning their eyes won't go back to normal. So this links deeply with the Kurta clan massacre, which we will discuss shortly. And I guess this is why a lot of Naruto fans think that Kijimoto took this idea from Hunter x Hunter. If you all haven't watched Hunter x Hunter's first movie known as The Phantom Rogue, it goes through a simplified idea of the Phantom Troop's attack on the Kurta clan. Anyways, a much more in-depth manga towards Kurapika's backstory was released after the movie hit its first 1 million viewers.
This spin-off manga was titled Kurapika's Memories. It has 2 chapters and is quite lengthy, so we suggest you guys read it if you're interested, but we'll summarize it for you all. The Kurta clan is known to have isolated themselves to the outside world. However, one day Kurapika and his friend Pario come across a traveller in the woods who was injured and unconscious, and due to them being isolated from the outside world, they couldn't communicate with this traveller.
But Kurapika and Pario take care of this traveller, and in return this traveller had taught them knowledge of the outside world. This of course inspired Kurapika to learn more of the world. Eventually the traveller gets better and leaves the forest, as Kurapika then decides to take a sort of test in order to leave his isolated village. A little context to Kurapika's alternative ulterior motive, it was to find a doctor that would cure his friend that he injured badly in the past.
Kurapika passes the test and then leaves the village to study more of the outside world, but 6 weeks later, news occurs across the world that the Kurta clan has been massacred by the Phantom Troop. Now this is the point that links with our previous fact of the Kurta clan members' eyes remaining scarlet even after their death.
The manner in which the Phantom Troop had executed the Kurta clan will make you have a totally different perspective of the Phantom Troop. It is stated in the manga in very vivid detail that the Phantom Troop had tortured the children so that their parents' eyes would have a brighter scarlet tone to it.
Damn, that is one serious tragic past.
Yeah, but let me finish, son. There's more to it. All of the Kurta clan members were forced to face each other whilst being beheaded by the Phantom Troop, even the children. I mean, now this rolls back to the fact that their eyes would remain scarlet post-mortem, this giving the Phantom Troop the freedom to sell them off without any expiration date to it.
Why are you crying?
Many believe Kurapika may be on par or even weaker than the two main characters, Gon and Killua, but with the skill set that Kurapika has, it's the complete opposite.
Definitely. Understanding that Kurapika comes from a clan where their powers enhance under dire circumstances, that's when you begin to realize he's actually overpowered. I mean, if you have caught up in the manga, I think he would even be on par on fighting Hisoka toe to toe. Now, I don't want to spoil anything for you, right, just in case the anime comes back, but for a moment, let's take away his scarlet eyes and his nen types. How much power does he truly obtain? First of all, not much people are known to survive Hisoka's deadly attacks or leave barefaced, but Kurapika was able to block Hisoka's cards with much ease. Keeping in mind, this is his average from pre-Nen, he didn't even have Nen at this point.
Also, pre-Nen, Kurapika was able to throw a large man into the air and finish him with one single blow. Not only that, we all remember the legendary Zoldyck family gate that weighed 8 tons, right? Well, alongside Leorio and Gon, it had only taken Kurapika just 20 days of training to force the door open through raw strength alone.
Also, something just as important as his following feats pre-Nen, yeah? His endurance is so top notch, Kurapika was barely seen sweating after running over 80 kilometers non-stop. And that's crazy, right? If you tell me Kurapika is probably one of the most underrated characters in the series in terms of how powerful he is, I mean, I guess he needs more respect.
Kurapika is one of the only few characters who falls under the two different Nen categories, specialization and conjuration. Kurapika's abilities are literally limitless, and I mean it. His Nen type conjuration grants him the power to create objects out of thin air according to his imagination.
Wait a second, mate. Wait. So you're saying his normal day-to-day Nen is that powerful?
Yeah, seriously, this is some Green Lantern shit. Just with his average ability, he possesses a lot of skills even when he gets into combat. For example, his most challenging fight against Yurogen, Kurapika practically won with ease.
I mean, I guess you're right, because even without Kurapika's Chain Jail or Judgment, his ability Emperor Time lets him compete with a masterclass enhancer like Yurogen, who was shown to be beyond a superhuman tank. And when I was watching that, I was like, no, there's no way Kurapika gonna win this shit. Kurapika was able to survive some of his attacks, and his chains are fast enough to intercept bullets.
And don't forget, his Holy Chain, alongside Emperor's Time, lets Kurapika heal his wound mid-combat almost instantly. This guy is broken. And the Dowsing Chain is powerful enough to smack around Yurogen, and it made an explosion that pushed back Yurogen in chapter 82.
And with the advantage of his scarlet eyes, he becomes a specialist. And the specialist Nen is the only one of the 5 Nen types that we don't have much information on, and not many people can decipher it. Therefore, Kurapika falling into the same category as Crawler Lucifer, for example, and many other elites. We do have some tidbit information on specialist type people. They are usually independent and charismatic, they won't say anything important on them and will refrain from being close friends. But because of their natural charisma, what draws others to them is that they are always surrounded by many people, and this was explained in chapter 63 of Hunter x Hunter. So maybe that explains why Kurapika acts the way he does in the whole show. We thought this one deserved its own placement on the list for how interesting and complex it is. A lot of fans in the community have noticed that Kurapika's signature weapon is none other than his chains, which appear on his right hand. The problem with these chains are that it's a do or die situation, equivalent exchange to sum it all up.
That's right, Kurapika's chains specialize in one thing only, and that's for vengeance against the Phantom Troop. However, these chains only work with Kurapika's specialist Nen type, meaning he'll have to be in Scarlet Eyes mode to use them. This mode is referred to as Emperor's Time.
Well, Kurapika is risking his own life to claim retribution against the Phantom Troop through these chains. But how? For the guys that have read the York New City arc, Kurapika uses a chain within Crollo Lucifer's heart in order to render him useless and kill him at any time. Well, the same goes for Kurapika. He had risked his own heart being chained just for revenge and to boost his abilities.
Kurapika is able to conceal his chain using it in order to bind his opponent without their knowledge until it's too late. Since the chain are materialized, they can be extended and swelled into a certain degree. Repeated usage of his Scarlet Eyes combined with his Nen takes a heavy toll on his mind and body, causing him to have a high fever which lasts several days.
To break it down to you guys, the thumb on his right hand is classified as Holy Chain Healing Thumb. This grants Kurapika the power to quickly heal his injuries.
His ring finger is classed as Thousand Chain, the guiding ring finger, which enables Kurapika to figure out the true intentions behind a person, a sort of lie detector to determine if the opponent is guilty or innocent.
And moving on to his middle finger, this is called Chain Jail, the restraining middle finger. And you know what I'm saying, we know why it's called that, but basically it suppresses all the opponent's Nen and can only be countered through raw physical strength. But there's more to it. He can only use this attack on the Phantom Troop members, and if he attempts to use it on anyone else, he will die.
Kurapika's index finger is labeled Steel Chain, the thieving index finger, as this allows him to steal Nen of people and transfer it to somebody else. This could come in handy in the future maybe.
Now the last is the pinky finger, known as Judgment Chain Orbital Little Finger. This is his most famous one, and you're probably thinking why? But it's because he is able to make a pact with somebody else by chaining their hearts, and if the victim violates these conditions, they will die. And we all know who he used it on, you know, Crollo Lucifer. The Phantom Troop also gave Kurapika a nickname, calling him Kusari Yaro, meaning Chain Bastard. It's not surprising that Kurapika is a fan favorite, because after completing the Hunter x Hunter 2011 anime adaptation, I grew fond of Kurapika's character, especially with his struggles. As a Naruto weeb, you know, this is a Naruto channel, let's be honest, it kind of gave me a Sasuke impression at first. However, over time, Kurapika easily establishes his own name and identity. Nonetheless, Kurapika has come second in all 3 popularity polls of Hunter x Hunter. At the first popularity poll, he came second with 13,500 votes, and then in second place, he came with 7,000 votes, and then again for the last time and the third time he came second again with 4,645 votes. This is the blazing rounds to try and keep up with us. 3, 2, 1, go. At the beginning of the series, Kurapika is 17 years old, however he is currently 19 with his birthday being on April 4th.
Kurapika is 171 centimeters tall, which is 5 feet 7 inches. Kind of ironic because he seems way taller.
Kurapika weighs around 59 kg, which is around 130 pounds.
Kurapika's blood type is AB.
And as we stated earlier, Kurapika is known to wear 2 earrings, but only one can be seen in the series.
Kurapika's stats in the York New City arc shows that he is rated 3 out of 5 in mind, 3 out of 5 in skills, 3 out of 5 in body, and 4 out of 5 in Nen, 2 out of 5 in ingenuity, and 4 out of 5 in intelligence.
And guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and tell us what you think about the facts and the information we provided. Make sure to follow us on Twitter or Instagram, and yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. Thanks for supporting us as always, and we'll see you guys next time.